And I make the mistake of asking him, so where are you staying tonight? And he makes it worse by saying, actually, I don't have a place. And I'm thinking, oh, man. What do you do?
Yeah, you have to give him a place.
Like, we've all been there, right?
Yeah.
Like, do I host this guy? So before I know what I'm saying, I'm like, hey, you can stay on an airbed in my living room. So that night, I set him up in the living room, and I go to bed, and I try to fall asleep. I'm staring at the ceiling thinking, oh my God, what have I done? There's a complete stranger in my living room.
Yeah.
What if he's psychotic? So I get up, I tiptoe to my door, and I lock my bedroom door. The next morning we wake up, we get breakfast together. It turns out he was not psychotic, and the piece of art that he bought hangs in his classroom. He's a teacher now.
And he's still, presumably you're still in touch with him.
Yeah, his name's Joseph. We're still in touch.
So this is the dude that inspired what would eventually become Airbnb. So how did you, so you're in your apartment, your rent's going up 25%, and what, you say, let's just rent out a room in our apartment?
Well, I'm looking at my laptop, and there's a design conference that's coming to San Francisco, the Industrial Designers Conference, right? And on the conference website, in big red letters, it said, hotels sold out. And I'm thinking, oh man, what a bummer. Designers don't want to come last minute, they're not going to have a place to stay. And in that instant, I look up, and I'm looking around the living room, and I go, wait, we have so much extra space here. And I have airbeds in the closet, and the idea of hosting people on airbeds had gradually become natural to me. And the thinking is, there'll be more than just the place to sleep. We can cook breakfast in the morning, we'll pick them up from the airport, we'll give them a neighborhood guide and a map to San Francisco.
So how did you get the word out? How did the designers know that this was available?
Well, we didn't want to use any of the classified websites because there's going to be people in our home. So we made our own.
What do you mean you made your own?
Well, we designed our own website.
But so you designed your own website that said what?
Well, it said who we were. It said about this concept of stay with us and we'll provide these things for you.
So this website was just for the design conference?
That's it. This is meant to be for one weekend.
And what did you call the website?
It was literally called airbedandbreakfast.com. And we started to get emails from around the world. Designers who needed a place to stay. Emails from London, from Brazil, from Japan. People actually started sending us their resumes, their LinkedIn profiles, to vie for one of these limited 3 airbeds.
And for how much was it?
For $80 a night. You could stay in San Francisco with Brian and I.
That's a great deal.
It was an amazing deal.
And do you remember who your first guests were?
Yeah. So it was Lowell, Catherine, and Michael were the first 3 guests. And, what happened next, I don't think we could have predicted. They stayed with us, and we got to show them San Francisco. They got to feel like they belonged there in the sense that they didn't feel like outsiders. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. And I'll never forget saying goodbye and watching the door click close, and thinking with Brian, hey, what if we made it possible for other people to also share their experience and to host guests in their home and show off their city?
Yeah. Wait, at what point did you and Brian look at each other and go, okay, man, I think this is our business? Was it like right after that door closed and clicked? And
I wish it was, but I can't say that was the case. So that December, we both went home for holiday. And at our respective New Year's Eve parties, everyone would ask, so, what are you doing in San Francisco? Say, well, we're entrepreneurs. Well, what are you entrepreneuring? And we didn't really have very much, other than to say, well, let me tell you about this time where we hosted these 3 guests on airbeds in our apartment. And one of 2 things happened. People either said, oh my God, that's the coolest thing in the world. Where can I do that? Or they said, that is the most bizarre, creepiest thing I've ever heard, and they left the conversation. Yeah. And I think one of the things that I've learned is that great ideas, I think they usually start out as polarizing. They're not kind of like, that's kind of okay. They either really tug on somebody's emotions or a latent desire that they have that's never been answered before, or they really perturb them in some way. But as long as there's people who really gravitate towards the idea, to me that's a signal that you might be onto something.
So what'd you do? What would you guys do next?
Well, we knew that we needed great technical expertise.